Hey everyone, welcome back. Going to take advantage of the low humidity because this weekend it's going to crank up. So it's about almost 8 o'clock at night, Thursday night. I'm going to do some work on the car instead of the weekend. First I want to show you around. I took advantage of the low temperatures and low humidity. Did some rearranging in the garage. So I was able to pull this old cabinet, which was stuffed up in the corner. So now I got a place for some of my tools. Not all of them, they're still scattered around in some places. But around behind the car, I moved some stuff around so I can clear a lot of this stuff out if I need to move the car back. Do have some shelves here now, so I'm putting all the spare parts from the car on there. All the small stuff I'm bagging and tagging. So I got some more hangers coming in. They should be here tomorrow, I hope. You see I got spare wheel covers. That's from an old, let's see, late 60s Chevelle. I think these are from maybe a 55 or something like that. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I think I did a Google search on that a while back. Oh, I did get the radiator back. So in Lexington, Walt's radiator, they cleaned it, pressure tested, and they painted it. I didn't ask them to paint it, but they painted it. Total cost $45. I think it was a pretty good deal. So I think I need to paint the bottom of it though. They didn't get the bottom part of it, but that's there. So another thing around here, some things in my stepdad's here. This Weaver's Auto Parts out of Charlotte. I think they're closed up now. Here's another ice scraper here. Sunoco station in Gastonia. It doesn't exist anymore, that particular station. So I think that's the station he worked at. Interesting story on that. That was back in the time when Sunoco had the selector knob on the gas pumps. And my stepdad said one of their gas pumps was broken. So you can select your octane, and when you got to the highest octane, you could switch one more and it would give you even more. So he'd put that in his 65 Impala. So and on that, here's some other things I've picked up. So it's a 20-day tag, but it was for the 77 Impala that they bought. I think that's for another car. Found this cool frame, goes over a license tag. It doesn't screw into it, you just kind of snap into it. So I don't know where it comes. Let's see, he was into Civitans, so we've got a lot of Civitan tags here. Commercial tag. So I've got another, this is the second 52 tag that I have. This one needs some restoration to it, but I got another one that's still new in the package, and that's what's, the other one's what's going to go in this car. So, and then I saved a 72 tag for myself. It's actually part of the build sheet from my 65. So just a quick little tour of the garage. I'm slowly cleaning it up, trying to get things in order. But with that extra space pulled out on the back there, I can clear all that out. We can push the car back and have the room up here, have a little bit more room to lift the engine out with the hoist. So that's it. So I'm gonna see if I can try to get the bumper off tonight. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. We'll see what happens. Here's the thing I haven't shown y'all. So it's an old Davidson County agriculture tag. It's got the 4-H symbol on it there. I don't know if this can be restored or not. I'm gonna hand it to my guys. Brian McCall, excellent painter. He might be able to restore this. We'll just give it a try and see what happens. But let's get cracking on this. I'm gonna get this off first. All right, as you can see, I got the bumper off. It's just 6 bolts. Didn't have much trouble with them. This one over here in this back corner is a little more stubborn than the rest, but a little bit of penetrating fluid, and it came off okay. I did notice with the brackets that this side over here is pushed in a little further than the other. So maybe they ran into something and just kind of bent the mounting brackets in a little bit. I don't see anything bent up other than the bracket itself, so that's probably something that will be easily corrected. And then you got the front part there, attaches on. Really kind of wasn't sure how I knew it was a 3-piece bumper and how but they're attached on with big rivets here. So somewhere around here I've got like the left piece or something like that, left corner. I think it says for 53, but it's still wrapped up in the paper like it's from the factory. But it's around here somewhere. I found it in the storage building, so why it was here I have no idea. So let's see next if I get the splash guard off. If I get that off, then I can get the grill off, and then everything just one step closer to pulling the engine. All right, everybody. As you see, I got everything off. I actually had to take the grill off first before the splash pan part was able to come out. I actually have a first casualty on the splash pan. There were little clips that slid in that the bolts went through, and those were just so rusted they fell apart as I was loosening them. I didn't have any problems loosening anything. It's just as soon as I started to loosen them, the little clips, the capture clips things, they just kind of fell apart. So what I've accomplished what I wanted to get done tonight. Might want to try and see if I put see if I can get the exhaust manifold off, just see if I can accomplish it. Hopefully I can do it without putting some heat on it. If I have to put heat on it, I probably will, but see, I need to take the oil filter off first so it doesn't get damaged. Let's see if I can do that. Alright, I got the oil filter off. Still have a little bit of oil in it, so I had to catch that. I think what I might have to do is bolt the manifold back up to the block to keep it from moving, and then try to take the bolts off down at the down tube there. It's just moving around a little bit too much. I put some more penetrating oil on it, so I'll let it sit a while. While I did all that, I decided I needed to pump the tires back up. They finally decided to go flat a little bit, maybe 15 pounds in them or something like that. So it's July 24th, so we'll see how long they last this time. So they probably lasted about 2 months up to then. I don't know if you remember, I had an issue. The brakes felt a little soft. Didn't exactly know where my leak was, but I noticed the cap for the bleeder valve on this wheel was laying on the ground. There it is, right there again. So when I got in and pushed it again, so it blew it out from there to here. It just wasn't tight enough. I just turned it just a little bit. It says a 10 millimeter, so which has got me aggravated. Go on a trip, I'm gonna have to take everything standard in 10 millimeter with me. That's the price for getting stuff from China. So I tightened that back up, pressed on the brake pedal, and it went down and it stayed in one place. So I'll have to bleed the brakes again because it probably sucked in there from there. So, but this one goes straight back to the master cylinder. Maybe it didn't suck in that much air, and I could just bleed this one and get by with it. But they'll probably all need bled again, just before I start driving it. So, but there you have it. Got all this out. Probably just a few more things to disconnect, and I'll be ready to pull the engine when I get that scheduled with the guys at Cherry City Corvair Center. Once the engine's out, I'll probably clean up the engine bay the best I can. Try to look here. See, I just now noticed this. There's a little screen right here, so that's your heater coming in, and there's for your fresh air vent. So had screens in there. Hopefully it's not full of rat's nest in there. You never know. But with the engines out, I can get a lot of this stuff cleaned up. Anything that needs to be painted black, I'll paint it black. I don't know about the inside and the stuff that needs to be green. Maybe I can find a, certain O'Reilly's, you can get a paint spray can mixed up for whatever color you want. So I might just try to do that and mask everything off and get the inside painted while the engine's out. But like I said, making progress. But thanks for following along on the journey. Like I said, make sure you like the video, subscribe to it if you hadn't already, and pass it along to your friends. If you got any tips or anything like that for me, I know there's a lot of other people that's been working on the 52s or models around this. If you got any tips, please pass them along. I'll take them, or point me to your video, because I have been watching a lot of videos of other people doing the same stuff. So I'll read the book and then I'll watch a video and use that combined information to figure out what I'm doing here. So like I said, thanks for watching.